Hey you guys, thanks for tuning back in with me. Today I wanted to come to you guys with the part 2 of my bootcamp experience video that I did about a week ago. No, that I did a while ago. But this is the part 2, and I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the last week of bootcamp. But yeah, so the last week of boot camp for me was the worst part of boot camp, period. And I say that because that's where everything started to fall off track with me. The last week of training, I was in this program called FIT. FIT is where you go when you need extra help with passing your swim or your run. And I was the one who needed help passing my run because I couldn't run. So, with that being said, if you go to FIT, you still have the opportunity to graduate with your class. Meaning you go to FIT. A lot of people went to FIT one day, passed it, and got to graduate with their division. So, if you don't pass your run and you go to FIT, you run what, every other day you're running, and I think you have up to eight or 10 tries, something, a crazy number like that. You get a lot of tries to pass. Once you pass, you're able to go to battle stations, and then if your class had already graduated, you just go to your A school. You don't get to have a ceremony and all of that stuff. If you go to FIT due to swimming, then I think you swim every day, and I think you get a bunch of tries. You get like 13 tries. You go twice a day, so you have more than enough tries to pass your swim. But anyways, so yeah, if you're a double threat, then meaning you failed your swim and your run, what you would do the first day you get to swim, or the first day you get to FIT, you run. If you fail your run, then you cannot go and do your PFA again until you pass your swim. And if you never pass your swim, you never get to run. So I don't know. What else you doing FIT? When you get to FIT, we took our sea bags and all our belongings, and we sat it down in front of the fishbowl. You would go in there one by one, and you would make the most depressing phone call of your life. And it's scripted. You got 2 minutes to read this huge paragraph, and the font is so small. You gotta get up on that paper and you gotta read it, and you have 2 minutes to do it. If you're a crier like me, I felt so bad making that phone call to my husband, telling him that I was not graduating. Literally, the script was like, good afternoon, whoever it is you're calling. Good afternoon, this is Seaman Recruit Brown. Due to failing my PFA, I will not be graduating with my division. I repeat, I will not be graduating with my division. If you come to my graduation, I will not be there because I did not pass my either PFA or swim, and you will not see me there. So do not show up at graduation. And it just goes on. It's like talking in circles, and you're constantly repeating that you failed, basically, and you're not going to graduation. And okay, y'all, my camera just cut off for some reason. But anyways, y'all, during that time, I was trying to read the script to my husband. I'm crying. My husband is trying to figure out what the heck I'm trying to say, because he can't really understand me through all my crying and snotting and stuff. And it was like real depressing for me. Like, I felt like I failed my family, and that's how they make you feel. They make you feel like you failed your family. Like, it was just tough. That part was like extremely tough. It was very depressing. I kind of sunk into like this mood to where like I don't want to go on. I just want to go home. Like it just hurted me so bad to where I just wanted to hide away from everybody. I literally wanted to just be gone. I was literally plotting an escape out of boot camp. But you know, you can't do that. So yeah, I'm telling my husband all of this stuff, and at the end of your script, it literally takes 2 minutes to read the paragraph. So if I guess if your fit instructor is nice, he'll let you take an extra minute or two to kind of answer any questions that they may have. And mine's this. So I was telling my husband, like at the end of it, I was being very apologetic, and he was basically trying to comfort me, tell me it was okay. God have other plans for me, and this wasn't my calling, and I was only in it to go to school, so I shouldn't feel like so down and whatnot. But I did feel down because I did want to continue school, and I just wanted something to say I did. You know, I just wanted to complete boot camp and be in the Navy, but I guess it wasn't for me, so I did not pass it. And while I was in fit, the same week, another situation happened. So I'm running. I had to go do my PFA again, and I'm running, and all of a sudden I woke up. People was around me. I passed out, and I had to go to medical, which I had to go to medical. I get to medical, and medical is like, are you pregnant? Are you dehydrated? How many containers of water have you had today? And blase. And I'm just like, I am perfectly fine. I don't know what happened, but I just passed out. So they immediately started running tests, trying to figure out what was wrong. I had to do a pregnancy test. They checked my vitals, all of that stuff. And then they got a blood sample. I don't like needles, but they took my blood, and it came back that I was severely anemic. My blood levels were extremely low, and I had to be rushed to the emergency room off base. So I get to the hospital, and they're checking my vitals. They're doing all of this stuff. They found out that my blood levels were extremely low, and they admitted me into the hospital for 3 days. My blood levels were so low that if they didn't go back up, I was have to be given blood. I had to get a blood transfusion. So they gave me iron pills, and my levels, I believe my levels was like a 7.2. It went up to a 7.5. No, it went up to a 7.8, and then it dropped back down to a 7.5, and it just kind of fluctuated up and down between the 7.8 and the 7.5. So within those 3 days, I was in the hospital. I couldn't do any physical activities, of course. I just had to lay there. Only good thing out of that situation was that I was able to make unlimited phone calls. I was able to make unlimited phone calls. I ate some bomb food, and then I was able to watch TV, get on Facebook, do all the regular stuff that they deprived us of. And yeah, so after my 3 days in the emergency room, after my 3 days in the hospital, I was able to go back and continue training. So once I got back, they told me I had to follow up with medical, on base. I get to medical and I speak to the lieutenant. Yeah, I spoke to the lieutenant, and she calmly said to me, due to your medical issue, we are going to medically discharge you. And I sat there like, and she was like, Brown. And I was like, Lieutenant. And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, wait, pause, time out. What? I'm getting medically discharged? She was, yes, you're getting medically discharged because your blood levels are extremely low. And if you're on a boat and your blood levels drop, we're unable to fly you to an emergency room or give you blood. It's just, they can't. I'm like, there's plenty of people in the military who's anemic. Okay, with that being said, she was like, yeah, but your levels are low, blase, blase. We're just going to discharge you and you're going to female separations. What? Female separations? They separated me. So I was only in the FIT program for about 3 days. And then the incident happened, and then I was already starting the process of being put out of the military. Yeah, when I found that out, I was kind of discouraged, got all in my feelings again and stuff. But yeah, in separations, your routine is you wake up, you clean up for an hour, and then you sit around and do nothing. And that's when I realized like boot camp had changed me, because sitting around doing absolutely nothing was just like unreal to me. I was like, we need to be doing something, we need to be running, we need to be training, we need to be going to class somewhere. But you can't do that. All you do is you watch TV. It literally feels like a nursing home. And you watch movies all day, because there was no cable, there were just movies. You watch movies all day and all night, and you go to lunch, you get the last lunch, so that they scrape in the pans to try to get you food and stuff. And it was just not cool. Separations is not cool. They really need to do something about it, because they just treated you like crap. Basically, they treated you like crap. And so every other day they have a lounge where you go, and it's like you can go and you can work out. Only the people who are medically able to work out, you go there to work out. Right across the hall was a vending machine and an arcade, so you can go over there and you can play games, and you can go over there to get snacks and all of that stuff. And then the next day you would actually go to Recruit Heaven, which is where you go and eat, like Taco Bell. They had Subway and a Pizza Hut. And then you can go into the next, which is all connected. You can go into the next and you can get junk food and all of that stuff. So yeah, that was pretty cool, but it was also depressing, because I feel like we really was not supposed to be there, because we didn't graduate. That's how it felt. Like, we went through boot camp and all of that stuff, but because we didn't graduate and do battle station, I felt like we should not have been there. But whatever, who cares, right? So yeah, I was discharged from the Navy. Also, I am trying to get ready for this move to Japan, which I am going to vlog all of that in the process. My husband just got his orders through email today, and we have 30 days to kind of get ready for it. Basically, the kids gotta go do their overseas screening, and I also have to do my overseas screening and get a bunch of medical stuff done, shots and whatnot, and then try to get this house kind of semi-packed up. We're able to take 2 bags with us per person, So I'm just gonna pack the necessary things: underwear, bras, toothbrush, all of that stuff. We probably wouldn't need 2 bags apiece, but you can take 2 bags per person. And then we are going to Japan. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. I'm okay now where I'm at as far as not being in the military and not following through with my plans. I'm just going to go ahead and continue to use my husband's GI Bill. I don't know what I want to do as far as work. Once I get to Japan, I was thinking about doing CDH, which is child care out of housing. When we get to Japan, we actually have to live in base housing, which I did not want, but I did want. Reason why, because off base you could save money, and on base they take all of your money. And I guess someone asked me what's I guess the difference. I don't remember the question, but it was basically asking about BAS and BAH. And BAH is the money that they give you for housing. So they give you like a housing allowance. BAS is food assistance, and they give you, or not food assistance, it's a food allowance, and they give you an allowance for food. So they pay for your food and they pay for your houses. So there's also money that you could save up. You don't really have to use it all on food. Just save it. That is your money. So yeah, I don't know. I think it goes off your rank as far as the money that they give you for BAS and food. I think it goes off your rank, or how many people are in your family. I'm not quite 100% sure, but I'm kind of sure that it's off your rank. I'm gonna have to ask my husband about it, but yeah. So they give you food money, they give you rent money. It's just up to you to kind of manage that. But yeah, you guys, I am going to head back inside because I am extremely hot. So until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hey guys. Just wanted